Alright, thank you for joining us besides communications. Connected to the fifth dimension. Brought to you by Fifth Dimension on this Monday night. I think this is Monday night. Yeah. As we go into a galactic understanding, as more of us are believing our connections with the alien beings as they assist us into our awakening, basically to slowly upgrade to higher vibrations and letting go of the third dimension, as wonderful as it is, to heal it, basically, not to judge it. So easy to judge, but to slowly let it go. As basically, as we go into the higher dimensions, you will see a third dimension at a different, you just see it differently. As you want to evolve. How do you evolve? You just say you want to do it. But of course, it takes a gradual process. As we're seeing these beings in your visual, it will be when you are ready. Now, individually, I believe 100% that will happen. As for it seen by the masses over time. Now, there was something, I just thought about this. It was on I just remember, just as I went live, and I wasn't thinking about. 1 second. Something about alien alien noises or something like that. 1 second. My apologies. I just thought about this before I went live. I'm not sure if I'm gonna find it. I can always do it tomorrow. It might not be out. I'm not seeing the story anymore. I saw something about, I'll have to look up tomorrow, but there was something about, I'm not going to look it up now, but alien disturbances. I forgot where it was, though. Either way, maybe I'll connect. Okay, now I'm curious, because as soon as I got online, I just started thinking about it. Hurry up, internet. Scientists detect, yes, more mysterious radio signals from distant galaxy. That was it. Yeah. Some first radio bursts could be evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations. You just type on Google or whatever, you go alien and news, you should be able to easily find that. Yeah. So, let's see. As once again, as you are, how to open up, you're wondering, imagine people are wondering, how do you open up? Just allow it to happen. It's all in your intentions. Otherwise, you have fear, it won't happen. Not to say you'll see anything, but over time, when you're ready, you will. Most likely it'll be a humanoid being, of course, depending on who you are, see a reptilian or Zeta, whatever it might be, but let me tell you, the energies are going to get stronger as you allow it to, basically. And there are some that just, they say they know about the Pleiadians and aliens and all this, but they don't really grow. It's like we have all this knowledge, I have a super ego because of it, I'm the best ever, and I'm not growing at all. It's the same record player over and over and over and over and over. And unfortunately, some channelers are on that record. Unfortunately, some. And these are, I'm talking about popular ones. I'm not going to go into names. When you see like a major ego, like a quiet ego, seem humble but ego, it's unfortunate. But that's as far as they can go growth-wise, basically. If you got a big ego, you're not trying to improve yourself, you know, I believe that's as far as I can go. So you might as well enjoy the fame or whatever it is. You know, you're doing this full time, you know, you don't have to have a regular job. Enjoy it. But, you know, yeah, I wasn't going to go into this direction, but, I mean, even like Bashar, I mean, as great as he is, I never connected to him that much, but I hope people are growing from him, but I'm not sure if anyone's really growing that much. They are, their lives are probably improved. It's also entertainment, but I'm not sure how many are really growing from that. I mean, yeah, you're in the third dimension. Of course, the channeler is doing well, living off his channeling, living a good life. Do you want to leave that? Do you want to leave that? I mean, I want to leave all of it. It can go only up from here. I want to keep going up, because this is just the record player life. I mean, many are thinking about World War III, thinking about all this nonsense. What my parents and my grandparents did. It's like, it's a record player. It just keeps going on and on. The idea is to go forward, but the forward isn't, yes, into the non-physical, connected to alien energies through the spirit vibration within yourself, and anybody can do it. If you're not feeling it now, just give yourself time. Yes, we're very impatient, which is normal, especially in an environment that you can't stand. But that's why meditation comes in to help you connect in some shape or form. But we all have, everybody has alien connections. Nobody's better than anybody. It's just a third dimensional mind trap, basically, when that comes in. It's unfortunate. We have certain levels that we have, or certain contributions, yes, that are unique, but we're all still, I don't think anyone's better than anybody, but whatever. It's just kind of, either way, it's unfortunate a lot of those spiritual gurus that have been doing this for a long time are helping, but it feels like it's another version of church. Unfortunately. I mean, that's probably good, but it also feels like we're still in the record player of life going nowhere. Isn't it nice to go somewhere beyond that? Wal-Mart is in the title of today's broadcast. I forgot. Yes, Wal-Mart is a spaceport. As you can see, if you've ever been to Wal-Mart, now I was going to call it like a mothership. You can say it's like that too. Some people go there with their clothes on, some people go with their clothes off, some people have their butt showing, something showing, blah. It's just kind of like it's almost like a partial nudist colony in some ways, depending on what you feel, what clothing, where it should be. All forms of life have been there. I mean, where I live, there's a freaking Walmart walking distance. I never thought that would ever happen. So yeah, it's like one of those miniature ones, but it's like still, it's like, dude, they're everywhere. So either way, but that is a galactic seaport, or a spaceport, basically, of humans showing their galactic selves and not realizing it. Just the way they dress, they act, it's all showing their galactic roots. So if you're wondering what you want to connect to alien, just go there, basically. I haven't been there in a while. I should go check it out. I've been to Target. Not many people are there usually. It's like a tall, blonde, Nordic kind of a place. There's some refugees that show up every once in a while. For the most part, it's still one colony from what I see. But Walmart has all forms of life, as you can see. Yeah, I gotta check that out again. It's just basically, it's human. I mean, most of them are. I mean, there are still Earth humans that don't really go to other alien star systems. They just stay on this world forever. There's those that are super third dimension. You can mention aliens, like, whoa, no thank you. This is our world, not theirs. Screw those people. That's probably where you get the the human star seed. It's what I call it. Call it whatever you want. They've been to other worlds. It didn't really work for them to come back here and go to Walmart. Or whatever it is. That's, yeah, just some. I believe a lot of souls created with this earth can't get enough of this place, and the hardest ones to awaken, at least from what I gather. So a lot of us, I've incarnated here many times, but we can incarnate other places, and it's like, oh, I'm done with Earth. I ain't going back there. And then you call into a mission. It's like, yeah, sure, I guess that's okay. Well, I must be out of my mind. And you incarnate here basically to awaken the masses, and of course you get backlash and whatever it might be from a Walmart society. Basically, it is a galactic spaceport. They just gotta look at themselves a little bit differently. for those that are awakening more, want to awaken more, just allow it to happen. Just, it takes time. You want it to happen, I believe it will happen. It just takes time. It's like, how much do you want? Manifesting can probably drive you insane too. So I want to take it easy on some of that. Some people drive themselves crazy. Just like with nature, let nature take its course, but still have the intentions of what you want. But a lot of it has to do with just, timelines, and like, you might be ready for it, but everyone else around you is not ready for it. So you can connect to the knowledge of it, but not the full-fledged physical connections that you like. There's a lot of complications there. Trust me, if the ship was to land, I'll be the first one on it. I don't think I'll be alone on that one. It's like, see you later, Earth. Have fun with that. Yeah, enjoy. Have fun with that. Whatever that is. Yeah, going to sport. Yeah, and I don't like looking at humanity as a child race, but then again, when you do look at sports stadiums and see how people act at sports, of course they're letting out a lot too, so it's a little bit of a child nature, but it does have a grown-up vibration around it too. But it does show that child energy there, let's put it that way. You can still like childish stuff and still grow up, spiritually, and still enjoy those things. It's just balance, basically. It's all what, it's, because I was watching Naked Gun, the movie, that's the all-star film. It's better than Casablanca, definitely. Casablanca, not even close. So, as we, it's basically spiritually maturity. It's like when more people just accept this alien connection that we all have, or a spiritual connection, allow it to come through, you will feel a change. Basically, the spirit world, it doesn't have to be alien. For some people prefer the alien energies because that's home, which makes sense. But it's also the spiritual nature of the energies, basically healing the drama here. Yes, there's going to be drama, but drama here sometimes leads to violence and, child stuff that's not good. It's like connecting more to your higher vibrations does heal the home and help you connect to, like, if you have an uncle that's kind of, or brother that's kind of shady, and you have a child in the home, don't you want to know what uncle, your brother or uncle is up to send that person away so your kids are safe? Just for example. There's other examples of that as ideas to better protect yourself. It's not perfect, but you allow this vibration to come through, you will feel a spiritual vibrational shift. So the idea is to make your life a better existence here. That's the main goal. It's not about who knows more than anybody else. That's a third dimensional thought pattern. The ego of that I'm better than others, that's all third dimensional nonsense, basically. Everybody has their set of knowledge that they need to connect to, and just, you're not doing this, and but I am, and it's just sad. Even those that are connecting to, I forget what is it, I forget, a form of raw, or I forget what was raw that some people are channeling, so some people say it's not raw. For that person to channel raw, for them it is what they need for their soul growth. So let them do it. You might not agree with it, but everyone has their way of growing, and to stop that, it's just, we have a lot to figure out, basically. Because it's hard coming out of the third dimension, because we're used to drama, we're used to nonsense, basically, which makes this world so exciting, at least for some. Others are just like, when's my ship going to arrive? It's like, what am I doing on this plane? What am I doing on this world? Oh jeez. So no, because back with me, I've had some hard times. Like when I saw 9/11 happen, it's like, man, those people are lucky. A lot of them are lucky in life, like, but get to leave the world. It's like, I just want to leave the world. That was back in 2011, so or 2001. So have a different perspective, of course, but you know, a lot of us are here to make this world a better place, and the idea is to start from the home and work out basically. So yeah, the idea is we're not always going to agree with everything but each other, but the idea is to respect that. It's like, I might not agree with it, but I respect your opinions, instead of like, oh, you're wrong and you're a scumbag and yada yada yada. The idea is to heal that energies and not connect to it. So like, there's somebody else, you know, knew as a friend, but talking about dark entities, like people are channeling dark entities, like, dude, you're pulling that in, I can't be involved with that. It's like, you're going to start pointing your finger at me, and it's like, I just can't be around somebody that's always talking about channeling dark entities. It's like you're just attracting trouble. But you know, do what you got to do. It's your soul growth, and that's fine. So we all have different patterns of growth. And the idea is for alien connections, just allow it. It will take time. It might not go as quickly as you'd like. Go to Walmart and see your alien friends there. I'm not sure if you want to go around approaching people. There will be a day when you can't talk to people in public about this. Right now, it's like heresy. So yeah, it's just like anything else that's brought new into the environment. It's going to be really it's going to really shift our culture out of the third dimension. It's connecting to space basically, because we're leaving this world. I think we ran out of stuff to do here. I think some people have already realized that, especially when you see them remaking Hawaii 5-0, the TV show. I mean, or Magnum PI. I mean, it's like they're like telling us that this place is over. I mean, they're just beating us. It's like, is all the ideas are gone? Well, the cycle is over. This Earth's third dimensional cycle is over. So entertainment's showing it basically. It's just, you know, the connect to grandpa and grandpa is great and everything, but you don't have to clone what they did in the past. It's time to heal that and move forward. And it's connecting to your energies, your spirit friends, and moving off world. Basically, it's where we're heading. You just gotta accept it. Do you believe it? Give your time to believe it. It takes time to understand. So that's why surrounding yourself with the light is very important. Grounding is very important to protect yourself. And that doesn't mean, I mean, you might be connected to weird stuff that people have never heard of. That does not mean it's wrong if you feel a low vibration from it. Some people need to learn that for a low vibration, not ready to let go. So everyone, you know, we're just here to work with each other to figure. There's no wrong in anything really. Just we're all figuring this all out. It's not a spiritual direct. So we're not really seeing this stuff. You're feeling it. You feel better. You're removing negativity, removing depression. The idea is to clear out depression for you to think more clearly. I'm not sure if going to Walmart is going to make anyone feel any better, but for some people it might. It's hard to say on that front, but if you want to see people showing their alien sides, that's a place to do. Yeah, there's redneck world, there's redneck planets, there's redneck Zetas, rednecks, Yael, Palladian rednecks. There's like the Western world, you know, like the Old West. There's plenty of that, like from America. There's worlds like that still going on. 1960s world, 1970s world, 1980s world still going on. Other versions of Earth, some alien beings have brought some of that to their world, practicing with it, you know, playing around with it. So, you know, this stuff still goes on. Another thing was like Walt Disney, for example. Like they said, the spark of Walt Disney is over. I imagine there's a reality where he is still he's existing and creating, and he's moved on too. You know, we're all moving on. It's like this world is slowly shutting itself down. Just have to look at it. Does it have the same spark as it did when you're growing up? Does it still kind of stale? Like it doesn't have the energy as it did before. It's because the cycle of third dimension is coming to an end. So more people are realizing that. But this also helps you get more control over your timeline too. It's not always an easy process, so you can manifest faster, whatever it might be, what you need to progress. So, let's see here. So hopefully some of that made some sense. For those that are wanting to go further into your own insanity, we have private sessions throughout the week. We have, I think I have Wednesday open. I'm not sure. Wednesday, Thursday. Some on Friday open. I have gift cards also. One had channel. We have Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. So I have the shop here. I'm at 7 days now. I've caught up at least in that regard. We also have Spirit Social, same situation here. Submit a question. We also have other channels here I do recommend. Also have the social network. Thank you to those for posting, and we have the Jake comment. Let's see here. What do we have? Oh yeah, he is making Illuminati the movie. We have McHerman's. Yeah, just adventures all around. So thank you for your support. Next Jake Comics on its way. It's in a. This one's a big epic. That's all I can say for that. So for our connections here, see if we can bring in for spirit energies, basically for souls to trust more of themselves, trust their vibrations. Gradually you will be able to connect to the details of your surroundings as you need to. Now we're still coming out of the fog of the third dimension, so as the wheels of 3D start to basically come off, so there's alien news coming out little by little, trickling in. Now, are we going to actually see alien beings? I don't think so yet. The vibration of them is getting stronger here. Let's put it that way, but not yet seeing, because we got to get used to. We got to grow up ourselves, basically. Like with politics, you want to see a world that's still a child, just look at that. I mean, not as voting means anything, but they put all this energy into it. It's hilarious. It's like, how about we just support whoever's in office, help them make the right decisions. If they got some dark stuff going on, why don't we find it and heal it, and not put them on a stage and beat the crap out of them instead. Instead, it's all this kindergarten, so I call it kindergarten. Even kindergartens wouldn't do that. But I'm going to call it kindergarten anyway, because I feel like it. But it is like middle school, but I feel like kindergarten, so. It's like you grow up and then you turn back into a child. It's very strange. You get a job, now you have your apartment or wherever it is that you live, and then you turn right back into a kid. It's very strange. At least to politics, you can go into movies too. It's like I'm turning into a big kid. I have not really fully grown up. You buy their technologies. I'm just, these are all my toys. It's like you have not really grown up, have you? So, but politics it's unfortunate, but that is where the children have all this power and usually utilizing their full potential. Basically, the idea, at least I'm going into the politics area because that's a toxic area. It shows how the kids are fooling around. The idea is it's bullies, it's all of this. It needs to be healed. And for us to just go in the right direction for humanity, and even for China, I don't think China is the villain. I think, it's just, once again, the children are finding a villain. They're running out of villains, so China is now the villain. And China's, being suppressed and stuff. There's stuff in the shadows that are just working on that. That's not making it. I think even America's causing difficulties with that. With slaves making these electronics and stuff like that, and keeping the prices low. It all has to come back to elite energies. It's inflation, all that nonsense. So there's a lot of layers there that we're not fully seeing. So I mean, there's nobody really. We gotta heal ourselves, heal the villains, whatever they are, the villain within ourselves. The idea is for the world to progress in a positive way, so we no longer have to eat meat. Eventually, we'll go into that direction. No longer need money anymore, because money is there for brainwashing, as you can see. And it's used for bribing. It's used for many different reasons, and eventually that'll be pulled off the planet. But right now we have to recognize that and address it. But the politics of the Earth need to go into it needs to shift into a more positive timeline, basically. And eventually the secrets will come out. Right now they're not, because there's all this paradox energies going on to keep them hidden. Because it causes more drama. The less you know, the more conspiracies happen, the more we stay in third dimension. The idea is to leave third dimension and heal and grow up. So how many are going to be the adult of the world, or adults for that matter, and just forget all this nonsense of attacks and just, you said this, you said that. You know, some people are, I mean, even if you're very calm and nice and somebody's still attacking you, the idea is to just let them do their thing. Obviously, I've had that. That's fun. So the idea is for us to move into a higher dimension and move away from the drama. There's always going to be some kind of drama, but, you know, the toxic drama. The drama that's keeping us in the third dimension, basically. So I believe many that want the alien connections are involved with us. So it's something that you can tap into also. It doesn't mean you have to tap into it all the time. But you know, when you talk about peace on Earth, what about peace in the government and Hollywood, etc., at the home? You know, instead of just war peace, I mean, it's home peace that needs to be done. And that's connected too, but it seems, I mean, we're kind of like in a maze, right? We're trying to figure our way out. But, you know, timelines are healing, we are healing. The Earth's going to go into a drastic change when we let go of the negativity of the old world. The third dimension will gradually, you will feel it gradually release. It's kind of like, you're like letting it off into sea and letting it just disappear. We got a while for that. But it feels like we're going into that direction. It's just a gradual healing of, like, and health also. Health has a lot to do with inner karma, has to do with our environment, has many reasons for this tension. It's many reasons. It just has, you know, it has its purposes, obviously. It's not there for no reason. Eventually health will, because that's a big problem. It has a lot to do with the elite basically manipulating us, keeping us here in third dimension. It has a lot to do with it. But what is life without its conflict? The idea is to go into less conflict. Now, look at, I mean, yes, the Arab world is still very toxic. Even America is very toxic. Urban cities, or wherever it is, urban areas, everywhere, is still a lot of toxic energies everywhere. Can you go at night in the middle of the night and not be attacked? No. So, eventually also it feels like as the Earth goes into a more positive vibration, we will have less dark days. Like, you know, we have night and day. Night will no longer exist. It'll change in some shape or form. I'm not sure how that's going to work. We got a while for that. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like we need it anymore. It's like we've checked out of that experience. That's going to be a while. First, we got to get clear our own stuff, basically. And those that say it's impossible, well, you still got a long ways to go, but it doesn't mean nothing's impossible. It's because you're going through your own timeline, and there's a lot. You know, you got it's for lessons as all, and you got to go through it. But eventually, the Earth's going to go. I mean, look, we're not going through any World War III. Yes, there's World War III at home, but not in the sake of bombing everybody. Yes, some of that exists. Some people's threat of Iran being attacked. I don't believe that's going to happen. We're going to go into more of a peaceful energy, but what's really going to be fascinating, watch it happen at home. Less violence towards kids, less violence, less murders across the planet. A gradual wave we are going through. Something like that takes time. And more of the alien energies are going to come through stronger for those that are allowing it to to help heal this environment. So less violence in the world. I'm not just saying these things. We are going to go through it. Yes, the old guard will pass on to those of the media, wherever it is, the old-fashioned third dimension. When they feel like they can't take it anymore of all this niceness happening, they're going to leave. Can't happen any soon enough. It's like it can't happen soon. They like all the drama. The media loves the drama because it's for ratings, keeps you in third dimension. I can't imagine why you'd want any of that. But that's what it's childish energies. I guess they can incarnate somewhere else so they can be a kid. I don't know how that works, but I don't want to be involved with it. It's God. But the idea for growing up into an adult is to have less of this childishness and more creating, building, inventing, and moving to the higher dimensions. That's what it's about. It's about basically picking up our power, be able to levitate, be able to fly, be able to heal within, be able to see the spirit world more clearly. That's where we're heading. Once again, a gradual process. As you can tell, many are having difficulties accepting all of this. It can happen. Yes, there's baby steps towards it, but at least you're allowing this energy to come in. At least you're unlocking yourself. Not everyone's going to lock themselves all at once or as soon as they'd like to, but we are going through a gradual process of change. It's a gradual process. Yeah, trusting your guides are around you, firing your guides you don't need, or maybe you don't need guides around you, whatever it might be. It's just that this will, if you say it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen for you. But that does not mean it won't happen. Yeah, it's going to take some time because many are still holding on to the timelines of drama, violence, whatever it might be. It's just part of the experience that they have to go through. Part of being human, obviously, throughout the ages, it's been normal. And now we're changing that. So changing, it's like, that's not an easy change. As like, over time, people are going to start feeling different. When they need to hear the message, they will find my channel or somebody else's. It's like, I don't need this anymore. So that's the thing with many that are connecting to the alien groups, the spiritual groups, say this isn't right, that's not right, more drama, more drugs, whatever it might be. And it's like I said, there's different levels of drama, but some of the drama it's there so you don't grow. If you have drama that helps you grow more, that's what you need to connect to. Let's put it that way. But if you're just to enhance your powers just to get a date on Saturday night, well, more power to. I guess you need motivation. That's not always a bad thing. It has its ups and downs. You might get tired of doing that, but maybe not. Motivation works. But that's yeah. Like I said before, and way past that, those are connected to. Like you see somebody with a lot of money, and everybody envies that. But now it's going to shift. It's more when you see people a bit with powers, so like be able to levitate, be able to fly, instead of having that fear of that. Right now, it's very few that can. I don't know if anyone can fly, but people do levitate from the ground. That's freaking weird. It's great. But more of that energy is going to increase, and over time, I'm not sure when that's going to start occurring, but that'll be fascinating to see more of that. Instead of concentrating on the drama, you concentrate more on improving yourself and connecting to the universe, making yourself a better human. And maybe it'll freak people out. Well, that doesn't mean that they're a child. It just means they're not used to this. I mean, I don't like looking at humanity as if they're a child race. I don't. Childlike ways, maybe, but, you know, then again, that's normal, but it's like part of you has not fully grown. You know, the spiritual side has not been recognized. Let's put it that way. You allow that to come through more clearly. There'll be less jealousy and more just, wow, I can learn from this person's vibration. Instead of being jealous, I can learn from each other. Instead of being jealous that this person can channel it, I can learn from that person instead. And that's what it's about. That's the new earth, basically. That's where we're heading. It's just a gradual process. And more of this will go into the masses over time. You never know. It might be an alien sighting and then things start to shift. There's a possibility of that. There might be something like that. Where it's like, okay, somebody's here. Or some bodies are here. Because it starts slowly popping up in the news here and there. It might start to gain some energy where it's taken more seriously. There's a high possibility of that. You see, like, between now and 2 years, anything's possible between now and the future, of course, but there's a possibility of more sightings and just basically to shift our dimensions or more. That's telling me, yeah, I don't know if I want to know. Sometimes it's better to see the surprise and see what happens. We just gotta go with it and let nature take its course. There's nothing wrong with asking. There's nothing wrong with connecting those energies, but it does feel like we are going into a time of basically calmer energies, less violence, slowly evolving into that. So that's when you see more alien energies around you in time, where you just feel this peaceful energy instead of this material energy. There's always going to be some kind of materialism for like I have a microphone here, and computer. You know, there's always going to be something around those lines, and clothes. There's always going to have that. Style always exists. It probably become more flamboyant for a lot of people, basically more bizarre. As you see in Project One Runway and stuff, maybe more of that type of stuff, because you're letting go of the traditional way of looking, so you want to look differently. So basically just shifting out of a 3D environment where you see it normally in public and say, ooh, that's weird. If I remember right, I saw this somewhere where the first person that used what was it, memory is not coming in, an umbrella for rain. If I remember seeing that right, the first guy, I don't know if this is true, but the first guy actually used an umbrella to keep the rain off him. And he was like ridiculed by everybody. And now it's a normal thing. You know. I remember I saw a cartoon of the first guy used the umbrella to keep out the rain. Everybody was making fun of him. It's like, that's the same thing what we're doing. We're connecting to aliens, connecting to spirit guides, connecting to unicorn beings, and we're being laughed at. It's like, I'm not laughing at people who are laughing at this. It's like, eventually they'll stop laughing and take it more seriously, because it's time to grow up. It's still like a kid energy that you're connecting to. There's an adult energy within many, but they're not connecting to it. Connecting more to the third dimensional human that they see on TV, they see in theater, they see around society. This is the way to be. Well, then some people like myself come in, it's like, it's time to change. As a lot of us had difficulties being here for such a long time. Like, you go to a bar and it's like everybody acts like they're young kids. It's very weird. It's like, how can you even pick up women when everyone's acting? It's like, shit, I'm not 4. It's like, shit. That's the mentality there. It turns into like a kiddish. Anyway. So I avoid that stuff. No thanks. So, maybe I came here too grown up or something. Of course, I was messed up sense of humor with the rabbit and stuff like that. So it's off-world humor. But basically, yeah, the idea is for us to a lot of the alien vibrations coming. Cause I don't care what the regular population. I mean, I don't go around talking about this stuff to people because it's not a good idea right now. I'd like to, but if you make you feel uncomfortable, but eventually, I mean, I don't care what they say because when I see what their reality is, and it's a joke. It's like you see third dimension. It's just like really, this is so you're making fun of aliens and all that, but then look what you're living. It's like whatever you say. It's like really, I mean, it's just prison reality basically. It's like a nursery, you can say, or a school, whatever it is, middle school. It's another way of looking at it. And it's like, and we will solve a lot of these mysteries. A lot of these beings have come here to cause difficulties for us, yes, but we're not helping it. I think our species has made positive beings negative because they couldn't shake off our effects, so they got all crazy, turned into psychotic alien beings. So we have caused a lot of difficulties, and we've had attacks, but we've also attacked back. So just by being us, so there's just a shake up there. There's a lot of, I mean, as we enhance ourselves, a lot of these humans here that right now feel like they have all the power, all the knowledge. I have all the alien knowledge. I'm super smart. Ivan doesn't know anything. He's a dumbass. It's like, I am super smart. I am just, I have all this alien knowledge. I'm just the smartest person on this planet. People are idiots. We're better than everybody. People like that are going to continue that probably and become a major pain in the ass to other species. Because, like, I'm human. I can kick your ass. When they connect more to their alien self, when we go to their upgrade, I'm being serious too. Because when I first started channeling, I started seeing that. It's like there's another side that has not been really mentioned. I doubt it. That the humans here, you complain about reptilians all you want. The Earth human, when it upgrades to more of its alien potential, it's going to be a major pain in the ass in the universe. It already is. We have not seen nothing yet. So you wonder why we're going through all this, to be able to deal with the pain in the asses that we're going to do in the future, or we're already dealing with now. So those that think they know everything and I'm just a crock of whatever, some of them have super ego. There's more to it than that. Just the way it is. If you think you know everything, it's a vicious circle. It's just do whatever you gotta do, but yeah. So there's a lot of that, unfortunately, at least from my experiences. There's actually groups of them like that, which is very spooky, but it's part of soul growth. But that's what we're heading into. A Galactic. So yeah, when you're around those that feel they have all the knowledge, I mean, nobody has all the knowledge. You might have certain areas that you feel like you connect to, others can't. That's one thing, but I feel like you have upper hand over everybody. That's when it gets frightening. So there's a humble energy, that's one thing, but some that aren't that humble, super arrogant, and it's just it's like you're trying. It's at least one I know that's trying to prove herself all the time. I'm better. I need to be famous. I need to be this. And it's like you're just setting yourself to something that's really wicked. But that's I think that will crash eventually, but who knows. So yeah, we're going into a new reality slowly. What time period? Like we're doing it now. I don't have any dates or anything like that. It feels like with each month we're getting more powerful. So alien energies coming into more of our environment becomes more and more likely. But as we accept it, if you accept it, it'll get stronger. So the more of us continue, remember, on a spiritual level. Doesn't mean you have to see a bunch of stuff, but just feel it. You feel it, you're ready for it. Just let it grow. It's just like anything else. It's like a tree growing. It starts real small and then it grows. That's us learning our abilities. It's basically taking personal responsibility. that's where we're heading. It's not a perfect world, far from it. Nobody's better than anybody, once again. But like I said, and it's the reason I bring up Walmart is just if you're aware of your abilities, you can go there and see what you feel from it. You might feel Anunnaki, you might feel Zeta, you might feel like you see Zetas in your mind's eye. You probably do, because they're probably making fun of us in a good way. Because they don't have that stuff. They look at us in awe. I don't think they're making fun of us. I think you're just, it's like, you're talking about like a little 5-foot being that has like black eyes and a small mouth, and it's like they don't wear clothes. They might wear a spacesuit or something like that, but they don't have comedy clubs and sports clubs and all that. They don't have any of that. They have technology ships and reptilians. They don't have all this stuff, so it's humorous to them. So same thing goes for the other species. So even the Pleiadians, I don't think a lot of Pleiadians have what we have here. So we're a little bit of everybody. We created our own. Of course, we can probably do a much better job, and I think that's where we're heading to. It just feels like we're getting kicked out of third dimension. That doesn't mean that the art is dead or any sports is dead. It doesn't mean that. It just means that we're changing direction. I believe it'll get better, actually, from what I gather. We got to come out of this third dimensional cycle first. So, for example, you connect more to the fourth dimension, and you still want to be creative. You can create like third dimensional movies and stuff like that still, and make them more interesting, I think, because a lot of it we've lost for a reason. Once again, the cycle's over. It might be alien energies added to that, who knows. But either way, we're going into the philosophy of changing from 3D to more of a spiritual understanding, where just once again the drama, internal drama within family conflict in like the cities will slowly start to drain out. Murders will go down, conflicts will go down, and we just start seeing things a lot differently. When that'll happen, probably 10 years, if you need a time frame. Not to say it's going to drastically shift in 10 years, but we're slowly draining it right now. So, especially if you see politics kind of chill out. If you see the news chill out and say more positive things than negative, that will help, like toning instead of news, like high vibrational programming instead, just energy singing or whatever it might be, and putting that out instead of the negative nonsense that we're dealing with. So that's where the future holds, from what I see here. So you can say, I guess we could put future predictions instead, but I might change it to that. So alright, that's the message for right now from the guides. Keep it simple. Eventually connect to the Pleiadians, Zetas, about their civilizations. Basically, they're here doctoring us all up. They're all assisting us in our global remapping of our reality. Basically, they haven't been doing this for a while, but we're slowly slipping into a higher dimension. Gradually. That's why we're all here. They're just wondering what's going to happen. What's happening right now. It's just very subtle, of course. So yeah, imagine many are just waiting for the ships to land and all that. Well, what do you feel within? Contact them within. Everybody can do it. That's the way to do it. So, alright, that's it for tonight. Much love. Should have more energy tomorrow. So alright, take care. Be back tomorrow. Much love.